Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a special video edition of the Monday Night Raw review at MNBWrestling.com. I'm Mackenzie, the chief editor, and I'm here to go ahead and share my thoughts with you on Raw. Due to time constraints, I'm not going to be doing my typical typed review tonight. I'm just not going to have the time to do it with everything that I've got going on and some real-life concerns that have come up. I thought it was a very strong Raw tonight. I really enjoyed it. We had a opening with a promo by Cena, who completely no-sold the fact that he was in the Elimination Chamber last night. Surprise, surprise. He came out, cut a pretty good promo on Rock. I liked it. I thought it was kind of fun seeing him go old school for a while. Not a Cena fan, but I still enjoyed the promo. Not long after that, we had a match between Morrison and Punk, who, surprise, surprise, they were selling the fact that they were an Elimination Chamber match. Considering they were both selling injuries, especially Morrison selling the knee injury, it wasn't much of a match. If I gave it a rating, I'd give it a star. I'm not gonna try to rate every match that was on the show tonight. It wasn't bad. It wasn't really good. It was just it was more of an angle than a match. We also had a Divas tag tonight between the Bellas and even Gail Kim. Bellas pulled off the win off of the swap again. You know, what else is new? So we had some more contention on that front. Seeing how that all goes, you know, as some of my followers on Twitter have said, needs more Awesome Kong. When they're going to bring her up from developmental, I don't know. You got to imagine they're still kind of trying to practice her a little bit on the WWE style before bringing her up to the main roster. It may not seem necessary, but I look at it this way. If Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. Bryan Danielson, decided that he needed to go to Florida and learn the WWE style before he tried to compete on the main roster, then I'm not going to feel bad for anybody that does go to the FCW for a while. Obviously, the high point of the night was the promo between Triple H and The Undertaker, both of them making their returns tonight as the big 2111 promos had been previewing. Taker came out, Triple H came out, they stared at each other, they stared at the WrestleMania sign. Taker laughed, turned away, turned back, slashed his throat. Triple H chopped him, ended the segment. It was epic. That's all I will say. Those two right there just cut one of the best promos that has been cut in years, and they never said a word. Just let that sink in. It was impressive, and it shows part of the reason why these two are at the top of the game. Another noteworthy thing tonight was the announcement that Hacksaw Jim Duggan will be joining Shawn Michaels in the Hall of Fame class of 2011. Great choice. I have nothing against the guy. Other names that I'm hearing being batted around this year include Arn Anderson and Abdullah the Butcher. If they get all four of those in the class this year, it's going to be one hell of a Hall of Fame class. Duggan will be inducted by the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, who is always a pleasure to hear him talk. So I'm really looking forward to that. In what was kind of the biggest what the F of the night for me, we saw a match between King Sheamus and Mark Henry. Now, Sheamus was just an Elimination Chamber, yes. He wasn't selling it very much, which, honestly, I mean, he took some nasty bumps, but nothing quite as nasty as Morrison and Punk took, so I kind of went for that. But for some reason, we have Sheamus, who has been multiple-time world champion, Celtic Warrior, been a destroyer, was getting such a huge push, and now he just lost to Mark Henry again. Can somebody explain this to me? Seriously. How much sense? It's Mark freaking Henry. They make out how Mark Henry is always such a huge threat. And then he gets his butt whipped by everybody. He's always a threat to win the Rumble. He's always a threat to win every match that he's in. He loves to serve Kool-Aid to the kiddies. But he loses. And he loses. And he loses. You have Sheamus, who has done almost nothing but win since he came to WWE. He won the world title twice. Getting an awesome push. Really coming along. I was really buying him at the main event level. I thought he belonged. And he just lost a second time to Mark Henry. Just add that to my list of what the F happened. I don't get it. I don't particularly know that I want to get it. It is what it is. I'm going to have to accept that. And don't get me wrong. I like Mark Henry. Much as I mock the Kool-Aid Man, I like Mark Henry. You can just tell he enjoys what he's doing and he's satisfied to be at the position that he's in. Would he accept a push if it got offered to him? I'm sure he would. But he's satisfied being where he's at. He's got a lot of experience. He's been with WWE for a long time. And really, he's a great guy to be working with guys on the dark matches and on the house circuit. Really work with some of the younger guys and help them learn a little bit about ring psychology and working in the ring. He knows he's not going to be a world title contender. He's fine with that, I think. Still, you shouldn't have a world title contender, a main eventer, losing to Mark Henry. It just doesn't make sense. The main event of the evening was a tag team title match. Slater and Gabriel had to defend their newly won titles against the team of The Miz. Against the team of The Miz and John Cena. Like we haven't seen Cena paired around WrestleMania time with the person he's going up against at WrestleMania. Cough, Shawn Michaels, cough. Anyway, they win the titles, much to Cena's surprise, off of Miz's skull-crushing finale. Miz takes the core, immediately calls for their rematch. Miz takes a beating, and finally makes the hot tag to Cena. Cena cleans house. He's about to hit the AA so they can retain the titles. Miz sneaks in, hits Cena with the skull-crushing finale, which looked very awkward with Heath Slater on his shoulders. And Slater pins Cena to win the titles back. Yeah, because they haven't proved at this point that those titles mean absolutely nothing when people don't care if they lose them. Yeah! Way to promote a championship. I'm proud of you. I guess the final story of the night was was before the main event. You had Michael Cole interviewing Jerry the King Lawler. In many ways, this interview just went way, way, way too far. Especially when he said, when you were down on the mat, and you were looking up the lights, and you were looking through the ceiling, and you were looking up at the heavens, and you realized that your deceased mother had the best seat in the house, and you just let her down. King grabbed Cole and basically said, I want you at WrestleMania. Don't be a coward. Face me. Finally, he pisses Cole off enough. Cole takes his jacket off, throws a cup of water into King's face, and then runs like the little chicken S that he is. I don't know that I would enjoy seeing Lawler versus Cole at WrestleMania. But if they do Lawler versus, say, a hand-picked champion for Cole, and then if Lawler wins, he gets, say, 5 minutes to do whatever he wants to Michael Cole, I would be perfectly okay with that. In fact, I would enjoy seeing that, very much so. So, that was Raw. Overall, I would give the show a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a good Raw, built towards WrestleMania. We've got 3 matches known for Mania now. We got Del Rio versus Edge. We've got Cena versus Miz. And we've got Taker versus Triple H. The staff here at the MNB Wrestling Report are going to be giving you our WrestleMania card predictions this week. We are going to take our best guess and educated guess as to what we think the final card is going to be. The first of those will go up tomorrow, which will be mine. You will also see them from JBDBCF. You will see one from Flaming Skull. And hopefully later in the week you will see ones from Baba Ganoush and from Nathan. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I just want to remind everybody you can find us on the web at www.mnbwrestling.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Mackenzie99. That's at MKNZY99. And then also, if during a Raw, SmackDown, or a pay-per-view, any tweets that you make with on Twitter with the #MNBW hashtag, I will take the best tweets of the night and I will post them up on the front page of the website. Anyway, you guys have a good evening, and we will see you later in the week.